Thomas and friends race for the Sodor Cup. Adapted by Katie Woolley. It was the day of the Sodor Cup race. Kana was looking at the race poster when Thomas, Nia, and Percy pulled up alongside. "I wish I was fast like you, Kana, so I could race for the Sodor Cup," said Thomas. Later that morning, all the race teams began to arrive. Thomas was excited when he spotted two brightly shining painted engines gleaming in the sunshine. "There's Riff and Jiff," he cried. "They won the Around the World race last year." Kana was going to race with Kenji. Thomas offered to show the pair the race road. Peep, peep! The engines rattled down the winding track of the famous Cannonball curve. Oh no! Kana was going too fast. Kenji used his speed to catch up to the runaway train. Just as Kana was about to lose control, he coupled to the back of the engine and slammed on his brakes. Screech! The wheels screeched and sparks flew as the train slowed down and shuddered to a halt. But the damage had been done. The metal of Kenji's fender crumbled in front of him. At the maintenance yard, Sandy had bad news for Kenji. A new fender would take weeks to arrive. At that moment, Diesel, Farona and Frederico rolled into the yard too. "Ooh, I guess you're both out of the race," they sneered. "Not that we care who we beat." "I'm not out of the race," Kana replied. "Thomas will race with me." Thomas wasn't so sure. What if he wasn't fast enough? What if he lost the cargo that they would have to carry in the race? The only way was for Thomas and Kana to work as a team. The others helped them. They practiced and practiced. But it wasn't easy. The engines had different strengths and different speeds. They had to learn how to work together. Thomas and Kana were finally getting somewhere with their training when Farona and Frederico rolled up beside Kana and teased her for going slowly. Annoyed and upset, she agreed to race down Cannonball Curve to prove them wrong. Thomas watched in alarm as the three engines raced neck and neck towards a sharp bend on the canyon. Suddenly, Farona and Frederico slammed on their brakes, but Kana didn't brake quickly enough. She sailed over the trucks and skidded through the mud. Farona and Frederico laughed. "Better luck next time." The next day, Thomas and Kana lined up at the race start. Toot, toot. They were off. Farona and Frederico took an early lead. Riff and Jess were close behind them, but Thomas and Kana were at the back. Percy was watching the race from the top of a cliff. He saw a truck wobble and its boxes began to fall on the track in front of Thomas and Kana. What could we do to warn his friends? He sent up a smoke signal just in time. Thomas and Kana were able to avoid the fallen boxes. Next, Thomas and Kana worked as a team to take a shortcut across the rickety bridge, carrying a freight car full of hate. They were making good time as they headed to the old mines. On the rails above, Kana spotted Riff and Jiff. A piece of track was missing and they were stuck. "Do you need any help?" Thomas called out, but Riff and Jiff shook their heads. "You two are going here to win that cup," Jiff tooted back. Farona and Frederico didn't want Thomas and Kana to win. Once they had safely crossed the bridge, the pair broke the signal button and left behind a freight car full of ice cream. The drawbridge was stuck open. Diesel, who had seen Farona and Frederico cheat, told Percy and Nia what they had done. With his friend's help, he managed to shout out to Thomas and Kana to warn them. But they were going too fast to stop. Thomas could see Bulstrode, the barge, approaching the drawbridge. He knew just what to do. Together, Thomas and Kana coupled with the frozen freight car and used Bulstrode as a bridge to cross to the bank on the other side. Thomas and Kana raced on. They were catching up to Farona and Frederico. "They're about to pass us," shouted Farona. "Go faster." The pair hurtled down the Cannonball Cup. At the final moment, Thomas and Kana hit their brake, but Farona and Frederico didn't stop in time. They came off the rails and could only watch as Thomas and Kana zoomed past, ice cream flying out of the freight car. Thomas and Kana had won the Sodor Cup. Their teamwork had paid off. "Working together puts us on the right track," said Kana. "In the end, it doesn't matter if we go fast, as long as we go together." The end.